So this morning I got a message from a subscriber asking what is the difference between an alpha female and a masculine female. I find that to be a very amazing question, very unique one. And it's quite simple, really. Alpha female is a woman who is acting as a female fully. And the masculine female is a woman who is basically off her center, off being a female, and is now deciding to take up some of the roles of a man or some masculine roles. So if we were to get into it in a deeper level, let's look at a masculine female first. From the time you hear a woman say that she's an independent woman, it's something to be aware of. It means that she does already have a lot of masculine attributes. And let me tell you why, or characteristics. Let me tell you why. Just like men, a lot of women aren't brought up to understand fully what a woman is. What women were brought up to do is understand how a woman should survive in a masculine world. Now, as long as you take it from that perspective, a woman is now going to try to be a man, just like what happens in the job, in the workplace. Women aren't trying to bring into the workplace what their role could have been when the organizational structure was developed, to show where it's flawed and how it can be corrected. What women are trying to do is to work within that masculine environment and then complain about the masculine environment and how they are viewed. The same thing happens in the world. So women are brought up by a lot of single mothers, or homes where the mother herself didn't know what it's like to actually be a real woman and to really embrace womanhood. And so she has decided that she's going to be an independent woman. And I have heard a lot of people say that when they're saying independent, they mean independent financially. So I get that. So a lot of women actually phrase what they're saying wrong. And when men hear you say you're an independent woman, for a lot of men, it's like a repellent. And so women, you need to be careful and be specific and say if you're an independent woman, fine. But most times if you're an independent woman, it's not something you even really need to tell a guy. It seems that there's a degree of insecurity. And so when you hear a woman say she's an independent woman, it already means that she's already picking up a lot of masculine attributes. Because independence is a thing that is a characteristic of men, not a woman. A woman is more interdependent. See? So once you hear a woman saying that, especially, and you won't hear that being said from a younger woman most of the time. It's always somewhere in their 20s. And they're trying to embrace that more masculine role. Younger girls who are just playing with Dolly House and Barbie and stuff, they are very feminine. But as they go out into the world and they are understanding how women of the world behave, that masculine side tends to come in and kick in fully. I know hundreds of women, and I can count on one hand how many of them truly really embrace their feminine side and understand that submission is key to a happy relationship. And I may be so bold to say as well that none of them really have has any true issue in their relationships from a compatibility or a relationship issue. All relationships have little problems, yes, but they are the ones complaining. I don't have to talk to them on a daily basis about anything really. In fact, our conversations are more where they agree with my standpoints or my videos, and they're giving me some insight and input and advice, and which I also appreciate. So none of those women that I can list on one hand, in my view, has any issue with their relationships, from a man not being a man and they're not willing to submit and those kind of things. So that is the first one. From the time she's saying she's independent. The other thing is, if a woman is saying, I will only submit to a man if, from the time you hear that as well, it's another indication that she's in her masculine side. She's being very masculine. Because I'll tell you this, a woman who's in her feminine is not going to submit on condition. She is going to submit regardless because she understands that is her role in a relationship. So yes, she's going to stand up. Submission doesn't mean that she can't say anything or doesn't have a voice. Submission means that she's not going to belittle or lead or attempt to lead a man. So she understands regardless. And so a lot of times these women are the ones who can bring their relationships back into equilibrium through submission, which is really and truly one of the main ways, if not the only way I can think of that a woman can really get that to happen. You see? And when you look, conversely, when you look at a alpha female, the attributes or the characteristics of an alpha female is one that almost never says she's independent. She never decides, regardless of the actions of a man, to do his role. So if, for instance, she wants the garbage taken out, she'll say, baby. So that in itself shows a degree of submission because women don't have a clue, most women, what saying baby to a man means and does to him. As long as a man is feeling that he is doing something for his woman, his testosterone rises and he is more going to be that man that you are actually seeking. So they are doing their role by keeping him understanding that he is the leader and the man in a relationship, and so they are counting on him. So they would say, baby, would you take out the garbage? They're not going to say, could you? Because that is going to indicate to him, I'm not really sure if you can. So they say, baby, would you take out the garbage? She's not also expecting him to do it now. And that's a thing of a masculine woman. There's this tendency that if you tell your man to do something, he has to get up and do it now. He doesn't have to get up and do it now. You want it done, fine. You tell him what you want done and you walk away, you leave it. Most times when a man doesn't feel pressure to do it now, he would do it now. But the minute he's sensing that you're standing, waiting, you're watching him, or something to the effect that he needs to get up and do what you are asking him to do, he's not going to do it now. You're challenging him to get up and do it now. And so an alpha female never challenges a man, never makes him feel challenged. If there's a problem, something goes wrong, she will tell him about it. She'll choose the right time to tell him because she understands he may be stressed. But she's going to get her point across. She must. That's where the alpha comes in. She's going to say her part, and she's not going to be doing it loud to disrespect him or to make him feel challenged. She's going to be very firm and very direct in what she's saying. She never moves away from being a feminine, from a feminine characteristic. She never moves away from it. She stays in that zone. And if for some reason what she's doing and saying is not being taken seriously, then she gives a warning. And she would say something like, listen, you're not taking me seriously. Let me know if you seriously want to be in a relationship or not. That signals to a man, hey, this woman is serious. And if that doesn't work, if something like that doesn't work, she walks away. She doesn't fight. She doesn't try to belittle him. She doesn't take him to court. She doesn't do anything to try to embarrass him. She doesn't scream at her voice, throw his things out of the house. Nothing. She doesn't even ask him to sleep on the couch if they have an argument. You see? And so that is the difference between how an alpha female act and a masculine female acts. And we must be careful to be able to clearly distinguish the two. Because one is going to bring you more to happiness and have your man respect you. And the other one is going to bring drama, have you challenging your man and have him be detached from the relationship, not wanting to do anything as your man. And then you would feel compelled to have to do it. Never feel compelled to have to act as a man. Get off of that. Focus on being what it is, a woman. Most women in today's age do not understand fully what it is to be a woman. They have never really embraced it. And anytime you see women having issues like breast cancer, having issues like fibroids, or any kind of feminine diseases that is affecting their reproductive system, there are only two things, and mainly one thing that can be the cause of it. It's mainly thinking of a person. It's not possible for you to have a pure thinking in a particular zone and have an unhealthy body. So it's most likely driven by the thinking process. So it's mainly based on what you're thinking, which brings out how you're acting, which affects the hormones that are going to be sent into your bloodstream and either have you in equilibrium or outside of it, and linked to what you're actually putting in your body. So even if you're having a very healthy diet, but your actions and your mental state is one where you're acting outside of your equilibrium and your estrogen and oxytocin levels aren't where it's supposed to be, it's going to affect your progesterone, it's going to affect all the other hormones that a woman actually needs to have her body regulated with her cycle, which she goes through 3 or 4 different type of moods per month. You see? So a woman who is an alpha female understands that. And you would see that she would say to her husband or boyfriend, I'm going to go out with some girls weekend, or I'm going to do that next week, because she understands also that her partner is not responsible for her happiness. She has to be happy. And when she's happy and he's happy, she can be happy with her partner. And both of them can be happy. Nobody is responsible for your happiness. And she understands that. But in today's world, you see most times women are asking for divorce, and the main reason for wanting a divorce is they are not happy. And when you get into what is why they are not happy, you see most of them are acting outside of the role in which they're supposed to act. And then you hear that he is not doing it, so I had to do it. That's not the case. If you are doing what he is doing, it means that you are not, he doesn't have to do what he is doing. And it means that you are also not doing some of what you're supposed to be doing. And your relationship has just been compromised. Okay? So I hope you understand the difference between what is alpha and what is a masculine female, and what how it can affect your health, your thinking, and your relationship on a whole. All right? So bye for now. Like, comment, subscribe. And I thank you for the support I've been getting on these videos. I thank you for the response and the forwards and the community that we are building. And they're not going to stop. We're going to continue with them. And more to come. We have a lot more topics to discuss in this week alone. I'll probably do another one tomorrow night or tonight. And I would like to hear your comments on it. Okay, so like, comment, subscribe, and share. Feel free to share it, because I'm spending time to gather information, understand what is required in relationships, so that we all can have better relationships in this world and society. All right, so bye for now.